In the bustling city of Assos, in what is now modern Turkey, there was a young man known for his quiet dedication and unwavering commitment to learning. This was Cleanthes, who would one day become the head of the Stoic school. But before he reached such heights, Cleanthes had a humble beginning as a water carrier. Every night, under the starlit sky, Cleanthes could be found carrying water from wells to homes throughout the city. This was not just a job for him, it was his pathway to deeper understanding and self-discipline. By day, he studied philosophy with Zeno of Citium, seeking to grasp the essence of Stoic teachings. In this ancient world, where philosophical pursuits were often seen as luxuries reserved for the privileged, Cleanthes' dual life was unusual. He was known by his peers and teachers not just as a student of philosophy, but also affectionately as well-water collectors, Sixil-ish, in Greek. This nickname was not given out of mockery, but rather as an acknowledgement of his practical approach to life. Cleanthes believed that true wisdom comes from applying principles, not just contemplating them. His nightly labors were a manifestation of this belief, a living embodiment of the Stoic virtue of perseverance. But such an unconventional lifestyle did not go unnoticed. Suspicions began to swirl about how Cleanthes spent his days if he was supposedly working nights as a water carrier. Summoned before the court, Cleanthes had the opportunity to explain his unique situation. His response was straightforward. He used his nights to support himself while dedicating his days to the pursuit of knowledge and understanding. This set the stage for what would become a lifelong devotion to Stoicism. The lessons Cleanthes learned from his humble beginnings laid the foundation for his future teachings on self-control, discipline, and the importance of practical application of philosophical principles. And so, in this quiet city by the sea, the life of a young water carrier began to take shape, eventually transforming into one of the most influential figures in Stoic philosophy. This is the story of Cleanthes, the philosopher who carried water by night and studied wisdom by day. The Stoic school, founded by Zeno of Citium in Athens around 300 BCE, was a place where ancient Greeks gathered to explore the art of living. This philosophy wasn't about distant theories or grand speculations, it was about practical wisdom and ethical living. Zeno, a former merchant from Phoenicia, had a vision of a philosophy that could guide people through life's challenges with fortitude and reason. His teachings drew many students, among them a young man named Cleanthes. Cleanthes came from the small city of Assos in what is now Turkey. He was known for his remarkable patience and perseverance qualities that would serve him well as he embarked on a journey to understand the world through philosophy. Before encountering Zeno, Cleanthes worked as a water carrier by night and a boxer during the day. His laborious lifestyle honed his endurance and discipline. As Cleanthes studied under Zeno, he began to see the value in manual labor beyond just carrying water. Philosophy, he believed, should be lived, not merely studied. Cleanthes' unique perspective on philosophy attracted Zeno's attention, and he soon became one of the most significant disciples in the Stoic school. When Zeno passed away around 264 BCE, Cleanthes took over as the second head of the Stoic school, continuing the tradition that emphasized living in accordance with nature and ethical conduct. Cleanthes believed that hard work was noble, and that philosophy should be practiced, not just pondered. His commitment to living the principles he taught made him a significant figure within Stoicism. To delve deeper into Cleanthes' philosophy, let us consider a key episode in his life that has become a significant metaphor within Stoicism, the water jug incident. This story illustrates a vital principle of emotional control and self-mastery that lies at the heart of Stoic thought. Once, when asked by a king why he continued to draw water, Cleanthes provided a profound response: "Is drawing water all I do? What? Do I not dig?" His actions went beyond mere physical labor. They encompassed digging and watering the garden. This metaphor of pouring water into an overflowing jug is not just about manual labor. It symbolizes the Stoic principle of controlling emotions without repression. In Stoicism, emotions are seen as natural responses to stimuli rather than external events themselves. They arise from our judgments and beliefs about these events. The jug overflowing with water represents the idea that emotions can become overwhelming if not managed properly. Just as pouring more water into an already full jug is futile, so too is allowing emotions to spill over without control. Cleanthes' action demonstrates that emotions should not be repressed but managed effectively. Just as he controlled the water, so too can we control our emotional responses. Water itself holds deep significance within Stoicism, symbolizing flow and renewal. This metaphor teaches us to let go of what is past, much like water's constant movement. The story of Cleanthes pouring water into the overflowing jug is more than just an anecdote. It serves as a powerful illustration of Stoic principles. It shows that emotions can be managed and controlled, rather than repressed or allowed to spill over. As we continue to explore Stoicism, this episode reminds us of the importance of self-mastery and emotional control in living a virtuous life. The Hymn to Zeus, a significant work attributed to Cleanthes, offers profound insights into the Stoic perspective on cosmic order and divinity. As we delve into this hymn, it becomes clear how it frames the divine in relation to the natural world and human life. In Stoicism, the concept of cosmic order is central. Cleanthes' hymn to Zeus portrays Zeus as a force that permeates every aspect of existence, from the vast expanse of the cosmos to the minutiae of human affairs. The hymn presents Zeus as an all-encompassing deity, embodying natural laws and universal principles that govern the universe. The hymn frames Stoicism as a cosmic order where Zeus is the background power, guiding and upholding the natural laws that govern our world. The work emphasizes the divine's involvement in both grand cosmic phenomena and the intricacies of human behavior, weaving a tapestry that highlights the interconnectedness of all things. The hymn to Zeus serves as a powerful reminder of the divine's omnipresence and its role in maintaining cosmic harmony. Through this hymn, Cleanthes underscores the importance of understanding one's place within this grand cosmic order and living in alignment with its principles. The work invites contemplation on the divine's role in shaping human life, ethics, and behavior, offering a profound sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. The hymn to Zeus illustrates the Stoic belief that our emotions can be controlled without repression, much like Cleanthes' demonstration with the jug of water. In this profound piece, Cleanthes' philosophical views are encapsulated, an emphasis on calm and precise thinking, a practical approach to living virtuously, and the understanding of our place within the cosmic order. The Stoics recognize four main categories of emotions: desire, fear, pleasure, and pain. Each category can be seen as a reaction to the world around us. Desire arises from what we want or crave. Fear comes from what we dread or avoid. Pleasure is felt when something good happens, and pain is experienced in response to what is harmful. Understanding these categories helps Stoics identify and manage their emotions effectively. Stoicism emphasizes the cultivation of wisdom, self-discipline, and emotional resilience. This approach is not about suppressing feelings, but rather learning to control them so that they do not interfere with our lives. The concept of Apatheia in Stoic philosophy refers to emotional resilience rather than suppression of feelings. It means being emotionally strong, not emotionless. Stoics believe that emotions should not disrupt our lives, but instead can be harnessed to guide us toward virtue and wisdom. The practice of memento moris, or remembering death, is a technique used by Stoics for emotional regulation. Imagine Cleanthes carefully pouring water into the jug, ensuring that it does not spill over. This act symbolizes how emotions can be managed without being repressed. By acknowledging and accepting our feelings, we can prevent them from causing chaos in our lives. In the context of everyday life, this means recognizing when an emotion arises and responding to it with wisdom and self-control. The philosophy encourages a balanced approach where emotions are neither ignored nor allowed to overwhelm. By understanding and regulating our emotions, we can achieve the Stoic ideal of living in accordance with nature and maintaining inner tranquility. This technique involves imagining loss or adversity to prepare oneself emotionally. Cleanthes believed that by mentally preparing for the worst, one could reduce anxiety and fear. Another Stoic technique is negative visualization, which similarly involves imagining adversity. The view from above is another powerful tool for gaining perspective on problems. By stepping back and considering the larger picture, we can put our immediate concerns into perspective. Cleanthes' approach to emotional control was deeply rooted in practical philosophy. His techniques offer actionable insights into how Stoicism can be applied to everyday emotional management. The overflowing jug represents the Stoic principle of emotional control, not by repression, but by understanding and managing our reactions to life's events. For Cleanthes, drawing water was not just a job, it was an opportunity to practice Stoic principles. His patience and perseverance were not merely virtues, but essential tools for managing emotions. The jug symbolizes more than just a container of water. It signifies the human mind or heart, which can be filled to the brim with emotions that threaten to spill over. To the Stoics, emotions are not inherently bad. They arise from our judgments and perceptions of events. The key is to manage them wisely. His technique of pouring water into an already full jug shows the importance of managing our emotional responses without letting them overflow. The jug metaphor deepens our understanding of how Stoics manage their emotions, aligning themselves with nature and the cosmic order they perceive in the universe. The overflowing jug reminds us that, while emotions are natural, we must manage them to live in accordance with nature and reason. Cleanthes' story teaches us that controlling our emotions is not about repression, but about understanding, managing, and aligning ourselves with the natural order of things. As we delve deeper into Stoic principles, we see how everyday metaphors like the water jug can illustrate profound philosophical truths. His work continues to be studied and revered because it provides a comprehensive framework for navigating life's challenges with wisdom and emotional resilience. This poem encapsulates the idea that there is an underlying rationality in the universe, with Zeus as a symbol of this order. The enduring value of Cleanthes' teachings lies in their ability to offer guidance on how to live a virtuous life, aligned with nature and reason. His insights remain significant because they provide practical tools for self-control, emotional regulation, and ethical conduct in a changing world. It illustrates the Stoic principle of managing emotions without repression, allowing individuals to navigate life's ups and downs with calmness and precision. The Legacy of Cleanthes is a testament to the enduring relevance of Stoic philosophy in shaping our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Water plays a crucial role in regulating body temperature through sweat, highlighting how essential it is to maintain proper hydration. Lack of proper hydration can lead to significant health issues such as constipation, kidney stones, and urinary tract infections, underscoring the need for diligent water intake. The principle of dichotomy of controls from Stoicism distinguishes between what we can control, like our hydration habits, and what we cannot. In today's fast-paced world, applying Stoic principles helps us focus on what truly matters and align with natural cycles. Resilience and emotional control are crucial aspects of Stoicism that can be practically applied in our modern lives. For instance, tools like ChatDoc can help quickly extract and summarize information, reflecting the value of practical action over mere theory. By aligning with nature's rhythms and focusing on what we can influence, we build emotional resilience that serves us well in facing life's challenges. The lesson aligns with Stoic principles of wisdom and emotional management. Wisdom, as Cleanthes emphasized, lies in living according to nature, kataphysin. This involves recognizing what is within our control and what is not, a concept known as the dichotomy of control. By focusing on what we can influence, such as our thoughts and actions, we can manage emotions without repression, much like Cleanthes demonstrated with the jug. This principle is encapsulated in techniques such as Premeditatio Malorum and negative visualization. These practices help prepare us emotionally for adversity, allowing us to navigate challenges with calmness and precision. Cleanthes' approach underscores the Stoic ideal of cultivating wisdom, self-discipline, and emotional resilience in order to live a life guided by reason and virtue. By managing our emotions effectively, we align ourselves with nature's wisdom and gain the strength to endure life's vicissitudes. In conclusion, Cleanthes' story of the overflowing jug is more than just a tale. It embodies the essence of Stoic philosophy. It teaches us the value of wisdom, emotional resilience. Research has shown that individuals who can regulate their emotions effectively tend to have better overall well-being. They experience fewer negative health outcomes, including lower stress levels and improved mental health. Cleanthes' demonstration with the water jug highlights the idea of managing emotions without suppressing them entirely. Instead of stopping the flow of water, he directed it in a way that prevented overflow. This technique is similar to mindfulness practices in modern psychology. Mindfulness encourages individuals to acknowledge and accept their emotions without being overwhelmed by them. By doing so, they can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Studies have shown that mindfulness training can enhance emotional regulation and resilience. People who practice mindfulness are better equipped to handle stressful situations without letting their emotions spiral out of control. In conclusion, Cleanthes' lesson with the water jug remains relevant in contemporary psychology. It teaches us the value of managing emotions thoughtfully and effectively, aligning closely with modern principles of resilience and mindfulness. Imagine pouring water into a jug that's already full. If the water spills over, it's not because of the water, but because we didn't manage the flow effectively. In the same way, emotions can overwhelm us if we don't control them. For the Stoics, acceptance means understanding that there are things within our control, like our thoughts and actions, and things beyond our control, such as external events. This distinction is encapsulated in the Stoic concept known as amor fatis, which translates to love of fate. This philosophy encourages us to embrace our circumstances, recognizing that resisting the inevitable only causes suffering. Epictetus, a key figure in Stoicism, emphasized this idea by saying, "Do not seek to have everything that happens happen as you wish, but wish for everything to happen as it actually will." This embracing of fate is at the heart of Stoic philosophy. The idea is not to suppress emotions, but rather to direct them toward acceptance. When we accept our circumstances, we can respond more calmly and rationally to what life throws at us. For example, imagine a situation where you are stuck in traffic. Rather than letting frustration and anger build up inside you, the Stoic approach would be to accept that this is beyond your immediate control. You might instead focus on what is within your control, your thoughts and actions, and choose to listen to a calming podcast or practice mindfulness while waiting. This act of acceptance doesn't mean you passively accept all circumstances without trying to improve them where possible. It simply means that you direct your emotional energy toward constructive actions rather than futile resistance. Wisdom in Stoicism is about understanding the nature of reality and living according to it. It involves developing a clear perception of what can be controlled and what cannot. Justice, another cardinal virtue, is about treating others fairly and equitably, acknowledging that all humans are part of a greater whole. Courage, in the Stoic sense, is not merely the absence of fear, but rather the resolve to face adversity with fortitude and calm acceptance. Temperance completes the quartet of virtues, signifying self-control and moderation in all actions. It is not about denying oneself, but rather about maintaining balance. These four virtues form the bedrock of Stoic philosophy, guiding one's actions and thoughts in accordance with nature. By cultivating wisdom, one can discern between what is within their control and what is not, thereby preventing unnecessary emotional turmoil. Justice ensures that our interactions with others are governed by fairness, reducing the likelihood of conflicts that could stir negative emotions. Courage provides the resolve to face life's challenges head-on, transforming fear into a manageable response rather than an overwhelming one. Temperance instills self-control and moderation, allowing us to maintain balance in our actions and avoid extremes that could lead to emotional upheaval. The lesson is clear. Cultivating these virtues is foundational to managing our emotions effectively. By aligning our actions and thoughts with the principles of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, we can navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. Ultimately, this is the path to emotional control that Cleanthes exemplified with his simple yet profound demonstration. Cleanthes' demonstration with the jug isn't just a story about patience, it's a lesson in Stoic epistemology, the philosophy of knowledge itself. For Cleanthes, truth wasn't some abstract concept. It was something tangible, something you could pour into a jug. He believed that the path to emotional control starts with understanding what's true and valuable and what isn't. Cleanthes taught that perception can be deceiving, like a jug that looks empty but is already full. He believed that our emotions often respond to what we perceive as true rather than what actually is. So, controlling emotions means first mastering our beliefs, filtering out the false, and holding on to the real. This is where the jug comes in. Cleanthes wasn't just showing off his patience, he was demonstrating control over what he believed to be true. He knew that the jug could hold more water even when it appeared empty. This wasn't mere endurance, it was wisdom. The wisdom to see past appearances and grasp reality itself. This is what makes Cleanthes' control over emotions so profound. It's not just about resisting temptations, it's about understanding the truth behind them. In a sense, every drop of water he poured was another step toward emotional mastery, a testament to his grasp on what is real and what is merely perceived. The dichotomy of control suggests that while we may not be able to influence every circumstance or outcome, we always retain the power to manage our responses. It is about focusing our energies on what truly matters, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, rather than wasting them on futile attempts to alter the uncontrollable. Cleanthes' water jug serves as a tangible illustration of this principle. Each drop he pours is an act within his control. It shows that even in situations where the outcome seems inevitable, like the overflowing jug, our actions and how we choose to handle them are entirely up to us. Imagine the jug as our mind or heart. Pouring water into it represents the stimuli we encounter daily. Cleanthes' calm demeanor shows that even when faced with overwhelming emotions, he maintains control over his response. The water continues to flow, but his composure remains unshaken. The dichotomy of control is not just a theoretical notion, it has practical applications. Stoic practices like negative visualization and Premeditatio Malorum, preparing for the worst, help cultivate emotional resilience and mental fortitude. By distinguishing between what he can influence and what he cannot, Cleanthes models a path to emotional mastery. His actions are not about repressing emotions, but about channeling them into productive outlets, an essential aspect of Stoic living. The jug metaphor thus embodies the core of Stoicism, accepting that some things are beyond our control, focusing on what is within it, and finding peace in that distinction. This is not passivity but a profoundly active engagement with life's complexities. Stoics believe in controlling emotions without repression, just as Cleanthes controlled the water flow. This balance between physical work and intellectual pursuit showcases his resilience and dedication to his craft. His life is a testament to the Stoic belief in aligning one's will with nature, finding value even in seemingly menial tasks. The jug metaphor highlights the importance of regulating emotions rather than repressing them. Resilience in Stoicism is not about suppressing feelings, but managing them effectively, as Cleanthes demonstrated with the water jug. In the chaotic world of ancient Greece, where passions often boiled over into violence and upheaval, Cleanthes sought a way to manage his emotions. Premeditatio, Malorum, involves imagining the worst-case scenarios that could befall you. By mentally rehearsing potential misfortunes, Cleanthes would have prepared himself emotionally for adversity. This practice of negative visualization helps reduce anxiety and fear by making the unknown more familiar. Another technique Cleanthes might have used is the view from above practice, where one imagines looking down on life's challenges from a higher perspective. This shift in perspective allows one to see problems as smaller parts of the larger tapestry of life, thereby reducing their emotional impact. Despite the physical labor and societal pressures, Cleanthes maintained his composure through these emotional regulation techniques. By practicing premeditation of evils and adopting a higher perspective, Cleanthes embodied the principles illustrated by his demonstration with the water jug. Stoic ethics emphasizes living in accordance with nature, kataphysin. This means understanding and accepting the natural order of things, even when they are challenging. For example, if someone insults you, the Stoic response is not to react with anger, but to recognize that the person's words do not reflect reality. It is their perception, not a fact. Cleanthes' jug metaphor demonstrates this principle, managing emotions without letting them overflow and control our actions. By controlling our emotional responses, we can act virtuously even in the face of adversity or provocation. This alignment with nature and rationality allows us to pursue a life of virtue, where our actions are guided by wisdom rather than impulse. Logotherapy, developed by Viktor Frankl, emphasizes the importance of finding meaning in life through personal responsibility, freedom, and the pursuit of values. Cleanthes' action with the jug demonstrates a key logotherapeutic principle, accepting the inevitable and focusing on what we can control. This practice helps individuals manage their emotions without repression, aligning with Frankl's belief that meaning can be found even in the most difficult circumstances. In modern therapy, this principle is applied through techniques like acceptance and commitment therapies, ACT, which encourages patients to accept their thoughts and feelings without trying to control or suppress them. By incorporating the jug metaphor, therapists can guide patients towards understanding that emotions are like water. They flow naturally and should be managed, not stopped. Practical applications include teaching mindfulness techniques, where patients learn to observe their emotional states without judgment, much like Cleanthes observing the water in his jug. This approach helps individuals develop emotional resilience and adaptive coping strategies that are rooted in Stoic principles of rationality and self-control. In conclusion, Cleanthes' jug metaphor serves as a powerful tool in logotherapy, offering practical insights into managing emotions without repression. Cleanthes' jug metaphor is not just a philosophical tale, it's a practical tool that can be applied to everyday situations, illustrating the power of emotional control in daily life. Consider the ancient text Enchiridion by Epictetus, where he writes, "If a man is distressed by anything outside him, he is not worthy of even the least consideration." This quote echoes Cleanthes' jug metaphor. In a modern context, imagine sitting in traffic, feeling anger rise within you. Instead of letting it spill over and cause chaos, acknowledge the emotion like Cleanthes acknowledges the water. Then, manage your reaction, take a deep breath, listen to calming music, or simply accept that you cannot control the traffic but can control how you respond to it. This approach helps maintain composure and prevents the emotion from overwhelming your judgment, much like Cleanthes' water stays within the jug's limits. Another example comes from mindfulness practices in daily life. When you feel stressed at work, instead of letting the stress dictate your actions, pause and take a moment to breathe deeply. Acknowledge the stress as an external event that you can't always control, but manage how it affects you by staying calm and centered. In essence, Cleanthes' jug metaphor guides us to accept the inevitable emotions that arise without letting them dictate our behavior. This principle is especially useful in navigating the complexities of modern life, where stressors and challenges are abundant. By understanding and implementing this Stoic wisdom, we can lead more balanced lives where emotions are managed rather than repressed or allowed to run wild. Ultimately, the story of Cleanthes and his jug serves as a reminder that emotional control is not about avoiding emotions, but about channeling them in a way that enhances rather than hinders our daily life. This lesson also touches on another crucial concept in Stoicism, Oikeiosis. Oikeiosis, derived from the Greek word for familiar, refers to our natural affinity and self-preservation instincts that align with the universe's logic. It describes how we are drawn towards what is familiar and away from what is alien. This concept connects deeply with the jug metaphor, illustrating how emotions can be managed effectively without being repressed. This aligns with the Stoic view that our well-being is intimately connected to living in accordance with nature's logic. Just as Cleanthes managed the water flow into the jug, we must manage our emotions to live harmoniously within our environment. In ancient texts, Stoic philosophers such as Zeno and Epictetus emphasized this concept, highlighting the importance of cultivating a deep understanding of our place in the universe. By doing so, we can better navigate our emotional landscapes with wisdom and resilience. The lesson from Cleanthes' jug serves as a reminder that emotional mastery is not about avoiding emotions, but about guiding them to flow naturally within us. This balance allows us to live harmoniously and preserves our inner peace, aligning with the broader principles of Stoicism. In essence, Oikeiosis teaches us that by embracing what is familiar and managing what can become overwhelming, we maintain a state of equilibrium. This balance not only enhances our emotional resilience, but also deepens our connection to the natural order of the universe. Cleanthes' demonstration thus becomes more than just an illustration. It embodies the very essence of Stoic wisdom. It shows that by understanding and managing our emotions within the boundaries of nature, we can achieve a state of inner harmony and balance. This principle of Oikeiosis serves as a guiding light for those seeking to navigate life's emotional complexities with wisdom and resilience. By embracing our natural affinities and managing what can become overwhelming, we preserve the inner balance that is key to Stoic philosophy. This story serves as a metaphor for emotional control, illustrating the Stoic principle known as Ataraxia. Ataraxia refers to a state of tranquility and calmness that is essential in managing one's emotions without repression. In Stoic philosophy, Ataraxia represents the inner peace that allows individuals to face life's emotional complexities with wisdom and resilience. By embracing this principle, one can navigate the ups and downs of existence without being overwhelmed. Cleanthes' action of continuing to pour water illustrates that controlling emotions is not about repression, but rather managing them effectively. This demonstrates the importance of maintaining a steady hand and mindful approach. By maintaining this tranquil state, individuals can better navigate life's challenges with a clear mind and calm demeanor. This principle underpins the core of Stoic philosophy, advocating for a balanced approach to emotional management. As we delve deeper into Cleanthes' teachings, we recognize that achieving ataraxia requires patience, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to reason. This principle not only helps individuals manage their own emotions, but also enables them to interact with others in a more balanced and compassionate manner. Ataraxia is the key to unlocking true emotional mastery. In the following chapters, we will explore further aspects of Cleanthes' life and teachings, uncovering more insights into how the principles of Stoicism can be applied to achieve inner balance and emotional resilience. In the heart of ancient Greece, a humble water carrier named Cleanthes demonstrated an enduring principle of Stoicism, managing emotions through reason, not repression. Cleanthes believed in the power of Logos, a term rooted in ancient Greek philosophy meaning reason or the word. Logos, as understood by Stoics like Cleanthes, is the principle that guides our actions and reactions, keeping us in alignment with nature and reason. This concept is best illustrated by a simple action, pouring water into an overflowing jug. As Cleanthes poured, the water continued to spill out. This act wasn't about stopping the flow, but managing it. Emotions, like water, are natural and necessary. But left unchecked, they can overflow and cause chaos. Cleanthes' demonstration shows that the goal isn't to stop emotions, but to control them with Logos. In practical terms, this means examining the root cause of our emotional reactions. By understanding and addressing these underlying factors, we can better manage our emotions without repressing them. This approach, grounded in Logos, is the key to achieving inner balance and emotional resilience. As we continue to explore Cleanthes' life and teachings, we'll see how other principles of Stoicism intertwine with this foundational concept. The practical exercises involved in Premeditatio Malorum can be quite simple yet profoundly effective. For example, imagining the loss of a beloved possession or the passing of a close friend helps us to become emotionally resilient and better prepared for actual events. By visualizing such scenarios, we train our minds to stay calm and composed even in the face of adversity. In essence, Premeditatio Malorum is not about dwelling on negative outcomes, but rather about cultivating emotional resilience. It teaches us to accept the reality that adversity is a part of life and prepares us to face it with equanimity. This proactive approach allows us to remain calm and balanced, even in the most challenging circumstances, much like Cleanthes' steady hand pouring water into an already full jug. For Stoics like Cleanthes, emotions are seen not as something to be repressed, but rather acknowledged and managed effectively. Cleanthes believed that emotions should be accepted but managed in such a way that they do not spill over and cause distress. This Stoic approach emphasizes emotional transformation rather than repression, allowing individuals to remain balanced and calm in the face of strong emotions. The key here is not to suppress emotions, but to understand them deeply and then channel them into positive actions or thoughts. For instance, if one feels anger, the Stoic approach would be to acknowledge the anger and then transform it into understanding or empathy towards others. This method of emotional transformation aligns with the broader Stoic philosophy that promotes living in accordance with nature and accepting what is beyond our control. By applying this principle, one can turn challenging emotions into opportunities for growth and understanding. The story of Cleanthes' jug thus demonstrates the Stoic approach to transforming negative emotions, fostering a calmer and more balanced state of mind. True happiness, as the Stoics understand it, is not about fleeting pleasure or satisfaction. It's a state of being known as Eudaimonia, the pursuit of true flourishing and well-being. Cleanthes' jug metaphor isn't just about maintaining personal composure, it's a key to achieving eudaimonia. For the Stoics, controlling emotions is not about repressing feelings, but managing them effectively so they don't hinder your pursuit of virtue and living in accordance with nature. The Stoics advocate for emotional control not as a means of avoiding all feelings, but as a way to navigate life's challenges with clarity and wisdom. By managing our emotions, we ensure that they do not dictate our actions, but instead align with our pursuit of virtue. Eudaimonia is about more than just personal contentment. It involves living alignment with nature and natural law. It's about flourishing as a whole person, both internally and externally. Cleanthes' jug metaphor shows that by controlling our emotions, we can prevent them from disrupting this harmonious state of being. In the context of Stoic ethics, emotional control allows us to make decisions based on reason and virtue rather than impulse or fear. This discipline enables us to cultivate wisdom and self-discipline, which are essential components of Eudaimonia. By managing our emotions effectively, we can stay focused on what truly matters, living a life of virtue and flourishing in accordance with nature. This is the ultimate goal of Stoic philosophy, to achieve Eudaimonia by aligning our actions and emotions with natural law and ethical principles. In essence, Cleanthes' jug metaphor is more than just a lesson in emotional control. It's a practical guide towards the pursuit of true happiness and well-being. By managing our emotions, we create space for wisdom, virtue, and a life lived in harmony with nature, the cornerstones of Eudaimonia. So, as you reflect on Cleanthes' demonstration, consider that controlling emotions is not just about maintaining peace within yourself, but also about living a life of true flourishing and well-being. This is the path towards Eudaimonia, the pursuit of happiness as understood by the Stoics. In the ancient Stoic tradition, self-discipline is paramount. At its core lies a practice known as Askēsis. Askēsis is not about repressing emotions, but rather about cultivating discipline and emotional mastery. For instance, Epictetus advised his students to view challenges as opportunities for growth and self-control. He wrote, "Do not consider what is painful, but instead what benefit it will bring you." This idea is encapsulated in the concept of Premeditatio Malorum, premeditation of evils. By anticipating and accepting adversity, one can prepare mentally and emotionally. Returning to Cleanthes, the jug metaphor is a tangible tool for understanding this principle. In this sense, the jug becomes a symbol of emotional control and discipline in Stoic philosophy. Pathos, as it was known to Stoics like Cleanthes, refers to strong emotions that can sway us deeply. The Stoic view did not dismiss pathos entirely. Instead, they distinguished between good and bad passions. Good passions, according to the Stoics, align with our rational understanding of what is right and virtuous. They help us make decisions that lead to a harmonious life. Bad passions, on the other hand, are those that run counter to reason and logic. They can lead to impulsive actions and disrupt our inner tranquility. Cleanthes' demonstration with the jug provides a vivid example of managing these passions. Just as water should not overflow its container, our emotions should not spill over into uncontrolled actions. The jug, in this context, symbolizes the human mind or heart. When we manage our emotions effectively, they do not overwhelm us, much like how water stays within the boundaries of the jug. This metaphor teaches that emotions are natural and inevitable, but they can be controlled without being repressed. In Stoic philosophy, the goal is not to eliminate passions, but to manage them wisely. This allows us to live in harmony with nature and maintain our inner peace. By understanding the distinction between good and bad passions and learning to control them, we can lead a life guided by reason and virtue. But the story of Cleanthes and his jug is not an isolated incident. It's part of a comprehensive toolkit for mental discipline and emotional control in Stoicism. The jug metaphor, where emotions are likened to water that should be managed rather than suppressed, aligns with several key Stoic practices aimed at mental discipline. One of these practices is negative visualization, where one imagines losing what they cherish most to prepare emotionally for adversity. This technique, often used by Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, helps in cultivating emotional resilience. These mental exercises complement the jug metaphor perfectly by illustrating how emotions can be managed effectively without repression. Each technique contributes to the Stoic ideal of leading a life guided by reason and virtue. Ultimately, Cleanthes' story serves as a reminder that mental discipline is an essential aspect of Stoic philosophy. By integrating these practices into our daily lives, we can achieve the emotional control and resilience needed to navigate life's challenges with equanimity. And so, as we continue to explore the depths of Stoic philosophy, let us remember that the journey toward emotional mastery is a continuous process of mental discipline and inner fortitude. For now, as we reflect on Cleanthes' timeless wisdom, let's take a moment to appreciate the power of mental discipline in shaping our emotional landscape. As we prepare to delve deeper into Stoic practices, let us carry with us the profound lessons embodied by Cleanthes' overflowing jug and his commitment to emotional control. Apatheia is often mistakenly conflated with its cousin term, Ataraxia, which refers to a state of peace and tranquility. Stoic texts often use the metaphor of a well-regulated mind as a vessel that can hold and manage its contents without spilling over. Understanding Apatheia deepens our appreciation for Stoic emotional regulation, where emotions are not shunned but managed with precision and wisdom. As we continue to explore the rich tapestry of Stoicism, let us carry this lesson forward. True emotional mastery comes from balance and resilience, not repression. In Stoicism, Oikeiosis teaches us to recognize our shared humanity and to cultivate a sense of belonging within the larger cosmos. This principle is deeply connected to emotional control. When we understand that we are part of a greater whole, it becomes easier to manage our emotions without repressing them. For instance, when faced with adversity or stressful situations, Stoics practice Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils. This technique involves mentally preparing for potential misfortunes to reduce anxiety and fear, aligning with the idea that we are part of a universe where challenges and setbacks are inevitable. By embracing Oikeiosis, we can approach difficulties with resilience rather than resistance. We accept that life brings both pleasure and pain, and our role is to navigate these experiences with wisdom and calm. In practical terms, this means acknowledging our emotions but not allowing them to dictate our actions or overwhelm us. Like Cleanthes' jug, we can channel our feelings without letting them spill over. This approach integrates seamlessly into daily life. When faced with a stressful situation at work or home, recall the image of Cleanthes pouring water. Remember that you are part of something larger and that your emotions, while valid, do not define you. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, the concept of Prosochē holds a profound significance in managing emotions. Prosochē is often translated as attention or focus, but it goes deeper than mere concentration. For the Stoics, Prosochē represents a state of mindful presence and alertness to one's surroundings and inner states. It is about being fully present and attentive to the moment without distraction or emotional turbulence. When faced with an overflowing jug, Cleanthes did not react impulsively but remained calm and focused on the task at hand. His steadfast attention to pouring water showed emotional control without repression of feelings. In Stoic terms, Cleanthes exhibited prosochē by maintaining composure and remaining mindful of his actions. This ability to stay focused amidst distractions is crucial in emotional management. Prosochē helps in cultivating a mental state where emotions are acknowledged and managed effectively without being overwhelmed by them. By maintaining prosochē, we can navigate through life's challenges with clarity and resilience. Euthymia is not merely the absence of negative emotions, but rather the presence of positive ones. It's about cultivating serenity and balance amid life's fluctuations. In Stoic philosophy, Euthymia is seen as the ideal emotional state, where one maintains composure and resilience in the face of adversity. In the context of Stoic mindfulness, maintaining a state of presence and awareness is key to controlling emotions. Cleanthes' observation of the water demonstrates this principle. The jug metaphor relates to the Stoic concept of prosochē, which involves anticipating and preparing for future events without excessive emotion. This practice aligns with mindfulness techniques that emphasize living in the moment, acknowledging potential challenges, and maintaining emotional balance. The key is to stay present and aware of one's actions and thoughts, just as Cleanthes did with the water. Cleanthes' demonstration illustrates how emotions can be managed effectively without repression, ensuring they do not spill over and cause distress. This understanding is crucial for maintaining euthymia, the ideal emotional state where one remains composed and resilient. The relevance of Cleanthes' action with the water extends to contemporary practices of emotional control and awareness, demonstrating the enduring value of Stoic principles. The jug represents the human mind or heart, and Cleanthes' action shows how we can manage our emotions without repression. It's about cultivating virtues that help us respond thoughtfully to life's challenges. Temperance is a key virtue in Stoicism. It's not about denying oneself pleasures, but about enjoying them in moderation. Cleanthes was patient and disciplined, qualities that helped him control his emotions. Prudence, another crucial virtue, involves making wise decisions about how to behave. It's about acting with thoughtfulness and foresight. Cleanthes showed prudence in his controlled approach to emotions. Courage is also essential. It's not about fearlessness, but about facing difficulties with calm and resolve. Cleanthes demonstrated this when he continued his labor even after becoming a renowned philosopher. By combining these virtues, we can manage our emotions effectively without repressing them. Cleanthes' action with the jug is a living example of this Stoic wisdom. Imagine if we all approached our emotions with such virtue. We could navigate life's ups and downs with calm and resilience. As we continue to explore Stoic principles, remember that controlling our emotions isn't about bottling them up, but guiding them with virtue. By cultivating virtues like temperance, prudence, and courage, we can manage our emotional responses thoughtfully and effectively, just as Cleanthes demonstrated with his jug. In Stoic philosophy, water is often used as a metaphor for emotions, and this jug illustrates how they should flow naturally, not be repressed. The key to controlling emotions is not to stop them, but to allow them to flow naturally, like water. One technique for this is called emotional reframing. It involves changing our perspective on emotional events. Just as water has a natural flow, so do emotions. But sometimes our interpretation of events can distort this flow. For example, being cut off in traffic might make us feel angry and frustrated. But what if we reframe this event? Maybe the other driver is having an emergency and needs to get somewhere quickly. Suddenly, our anger might give way to concern and compassion. Like Cleanthes with his jug, we can control our emotional flow by reframing the events that cause them. By understanding the natural flow of our emotions and reframing the events that trigger them, we can achieve a state of emotional equilibrium. For example, when faced with adversity or negative stimuli, rather than letting emotions run wild and uncontrollably, Cleanthes advocated for directing them productively. Just as water can be used to nurture a garden instead of causing chaos. This metaphor deepens our understanding of how the jug illustrates the Stoic approach to emotional control through resilience. By managing our emotions effectively, we can lead lives aligned with nature and free from excessive turmoil. One such technique is contemplation. This involves taking time each day to reflect on the nature of one's emotions. By quietly observing how our feelings arise and subside, we gain insight into their impermanence. This practice mirrors Cleanthes' act of pouring water into the jug. Both illustrate the idea that emotions, like water, can be managed rather than repressed. By mentally rehearsing adversity, we inoculate ourselves against excessive fear and anxiety. This method is akin to Cleanthes' jug being filled to the brim. It prepares us for the eventual spillover of emotion without being overwhelmed. Finally, there is present moment awareness. This practice involves fully engaging with the current moment, acknowledging one's emotions, but not allowing them to dictate actions. Cleanthes' mindful handling of the jug embodies this principle. He acknowledged the water's presence without being controlled by it. By integrating these techniques into daily life, one can achieve a state of emotional equilibrium, aligned with nature and free from excessive turmoil. The jug metaphor illustrates this principle beautifully. Just as water can be controlled and directed without spilling over, emotions too can be managed effectively. Integrating such practices into daily life helps in maintaining a state of calm and composure, aligning with the natural flow of life. By understanding and implementing these principles, one can navigate life's ups and downs with emotional balance and clarity. By envisioning the worst-case scenarios, Aurelius prepared himself emotionally for any adversity that might come his way. This practice helped him maintain a sense of calm and resilience in the face of real challenges. The idea is not to dwell on loss with anxiety, but rather to cultivate a sense of gratitude for what one has now. This emotional control technique fosters contentment and mindfulness. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, taught that we should focus only on what is within our power to change and accept everything else as it is. By understanding and internalizing this principle, one can reduce unnecessary stress and anxiety, leading to a calmer and more balanced emotional state. These techniques illustrate that the Stoics believed in proactive emotional management rather than simply enduring or suppressing feelings. They saw emotions as natural responses to stimuli and sought ways to control them without repression. By incorporating these practices into their daily lives, the Stoics aimed to achieve a state of tranquility and inner peace, even in the face of life's challenges and uncertainties. This deeper understanding of practical Stoicism broadens our appreciation for the tools they employed to navigate their emotional landscapes, demonstrating a profound commitment to inner balance and resilience. He would pour water into an already overflowing jug, showing that emotions can be managed without being repressed. This metaphor illustrates the Stoic principle of Apatheia, which is not about suppressing feelings, but rather accepting and managing them effectively. He emphasized that denying or ignoring our feelings only leads to turmoil and internal conflict. In essence, the jug metaphor is not about stopping the flow of water, but about guiding it in a way that doesn't cause chaos or overwhelm. In this context, emotional acceptance becomes a tool for maintaining balance and harmony within oneself. Primary emotions, known as Eupatheia, are natural responses to stimuli that are aligned with reason and virtue. These include joy and sadness, which arise from our understanding of what is good or bad for us and others. Secondary emotions, called Propatheia, are reactions to primary emotions that can lead to excessive behaviors if not managed properly. These include delight and distress, which can magnify the impact of our initial responses. The jug metaphor beautifully demonstrates how primary and secondary emotions interact. Just as Cleanthes skillfully managed the water flow to prevent overflow, so too must we manage both types of emotions to maintain balance and harmony within ourselves. In Stoicism, the goal is not to repress emotions, but to manage them effectively. This means acknowledging our primary emotions while regulating our secondary responses. By doing so, we can control our emotional dynamics without allowing them to spill over and cause unnecessary turmoil. Cleanthes' action with the jug serves as a practical example of this principle. He did not try to stop the water from flowing, but rather controlled its flow to prevent it from overflowing. Similarly, we should allow our primary emotions while managing our secondary reactions to avoid emotional excess. This approach deepens our understanding of emotional dynamics within Stoicism. By acknowledging and regulating both primary and secondary emotions, we can maintain balance and harmony in our lives without the need for repression or denial. The jug Cleanthes used to illustrate emotional control is not merely a metaphor, but a symbol of balance and harmony within Stoic principles. It represents the idea that emotions can be nurtured and managed, much like the flow of water into a container. The practice of gratitude is a central method for nurturing Apatheia. By regularly acknowledging and appreciating the positive aspects of life, we can foster a sense of contentment and joy that aligns with Stoic virtues. Mindfulness is another key technique for cultivating positive emotions in Stoicism. By remaining present and attentive to our thoughts and feelings, we can observe and manage our emotional state without repression. The jug symbolizes the balance needed for emotional cultivation. Just as water should be managed carefully to avoid overflowing, so too must we nurture our emotions without letting them spill over into excess or repression. In the context of Stoicism, this emotional balance is achieved through a deep understanding of one's values and aligning oneself with what is within our control. By practicing gratitude and mindfulness, we can nurture Apatheia, the positive emotions that enrich our lives without compromising our Stoic principles. The jug illustrates the need for continual mindfulness and adjustment in managing our emotional landscape, ensuring that we neither suppress nor let our emotions run wild. Cultivating positive emotions through Stoic practices allows us to maintain a harmonious inner state without the need for repression or denial. This balance is essential in navigating the complexities of life, where understanding and managing our emotions are crucial for maintaining mental and emotional well-being. Imagine a jug brimming with water. Any more would cause overflow, spilling over the edges. This is how the Stoics visualize emotions, potent and necessary, yet manageable. Emotions need to be contained, not suppressed or denied their existence. The Stoic concept of Ataraxia encapsulates this, a state of serene composure and tranquility in the face of life's challenges. Think of his action as a demonstration of emotional resilience rather than repression. To achieve this state of Ataraxia, Stoics employ various techniques such as Premeditatio Malorum, preparing for the worst. They also use practices like negative visualization and the view from above to gain perspective on problems. Cleanthes' action with the jug is a practical application of these principles, managing emotions without letting them spill over. The jug symbolizes our mind or heart, reminding us that our emotional responses need careful management to maintain tranquility. In Stoicism, the concept of Prosochē is pivotal for maintaining emotional equilibrium. It translates to emotional resistance, a principle that helps us avoid overreacting to life's challenges. Prosochē encourages us to be cautious and measured in our emotional responses, neither suppressing nor being overwhelmed by them. Cleanthes' demonstration with the jug beautifully illustrates this concept. As he pours water into an overflowing jug, he shows that adding more to an already full container only causes spillage and chaos. Similarly, when our emotions are not managed, they can overflow and cause disorder in our lives. The key is to be like the jug, able to receive new experiences without becoming overwhelmed. This principle of emotional resistance is crucial for navigating daily challenges. Imagine a busy day at work, a missed deadline, an unexpected problem arises. With Prosochē, we can respond calmly and thoughtfully, addressing the issue without being consumed by anxiety or frustration. This resilience allows us to maintain composure even in trying circumstances, much like Cleanthes demonstrating control over his jug. Each day brings new experiences and emotions. By practicing Prosochē, we can face these challenges with the same steadfastness Cleanthes exhibited. This approach helps us weather life's storms without losing our tranquility, just as Cleanthes managed his water jug. One particular act stands out: Cleanthes pouring water into an already full jug. This act is known as Diochēs, a Greek term that translates to endurance. For the Stoics, endurance was not about passively withstanding hardship, but actively embracing it. Diochēs embodies the idea that emotions can be managed and not simply repressed. In Stoicism, endurance is seen as a way to cultivate virtue and inner strength. Imagine a person pouring water into an overflowing vessel. This action demonstrates the idea that despite external pressures or emotions, one can maintain control and composure. In modern life, this principle can be applied in various situations where patience and resilience are required. Through Diochēs, one learns to not only endure, but also grow from the experiences that life presents. Today, we continue our exploration of Cleanthes' teachings on emotional control. We've seen how his patience and perseverance led to mastery, but let's delve deeper into the specific Stoic practices he employed. One essential technique is known as Premeditatio Malorum, or premeditation of evils. This practice involves mentally rehearsing potential misfortunes to prepare oneself for adversity. By visualizing the worst-case scenarios, one can reduce anxiety and fear, making it easier to handle real challenges when they arise. Another significant exercise is Askēsis, or the premeditation of discomfort. This involves voluntarily subjecting oneself to difficult conditions, such as fasting or sleeping in a cold room. The idea is that by choosing to endure hardships, one can build resilience and mental toughness. Yet another method is dialectica, the practice of examining opposites to find balance. This involves contemplating two extremes, such as wealth and poverty, to appreciate the middle ground and find contentment. Each of these exercises demonstrates the depth and variety of Stoic techniques for emotional control. Managing emotions is not about repression, but rather a multifaceted practice of cultivating resilience and balance. As we delve deeper into these practices, we begin to see that emotional control is not just about endurance, but also about growth and wisdom. Through these Stoic exercises, Cleanthes taught that one can transform adversity into opportunity for personal development. In our next chapter, we will explore how these exercises can be applied to daily life and the transformative power they hold. Cleanthes' jug metaphor offers a profound lesson in emotional control, illustrating the Stoic principle of transforming emotions into virtues. This practice is known as emotional alchemy. Seneca, in his Letters from a Stoic, particularly Letter 94, expands on this concept. He teaches that emotions are not inherently good or bad. They become such based on how we act upon them. Like a jug overflowing with water, our emotions can spill over and become destructive if left unchecked. However, if managed effectively, they can be transformed into positive actions. Seneca advocates for using reason to guide our emotions, turning them from chaotic reactions into controlled responses that align with virtue. This is the essence of emotional alchemy. For instance, anger can be transformed into courage and determination if channeled appropriately. Fear can become prudence and caution when guided by rational thought. The key lies in not repressing emotions, but rather in understanding them deeply and acting upon them wisely. This approach ensures that our emotions serve us positively rather than negatively. Imagine the jug's water being redirected into a garden, nourishing plants and bringing life instead of causing chaos. This is the power of emotional alchemy, transforming raw emotion into constructive action. As Stoics, we learn to manage our emotions effectively so that they support our ethical development and contribute to the betterment of ourselves and those around us. In the next chapter, we will delve into practical exercises and techniques used by Stoics to achieve this emotional balance in daily life. His action with the jug isn't merely about physical control, but serves as a profound metaphor for managing emotions. It's here that we find a key Stoic principle: emotional acceptance without repression. According to Stoic thought, emotions themselves are not inherently good or bad. Their value depends on how we respond to them. The jug metaphor beautifully illustrates this concept. Emotions need to be acknowledged and managed, not bottled up or ignored. This lesson isn't about denying or suppressing emotions, but rather understanding that they are natural responses to external stimuli. The Stoics believed in acknowledging these feelings and then guiding them towards constructive ends. The practical aspect of Cleanthes' lesson is clear. Emotional acceptance is key to managing emotions effectively. By acknowledging our feelings and controlling how they manifest, we maintain a balanced and harmonious inner life.